What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. So I got something special for you guys. I told you we was going to go over this narration with Bobby Hemmit talking about the clones. I'll leave the full video in the link. Before we get started, guys, I just want to reiterate of how ironic it was that they actually moved on black people this way right after allegedly Elijah Muhammad died, which he didn't die. There's no grave for Elijah Muhammad. He just went away. But that's when they decided to move on black people. And it came out, so when they came out with all these movies after The Messenger, they just went to work on black people. Okay, but they had to do it covertly. And this is what Bobby Hemmit is going to explain here. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to add to this introduction before we get started. I don't recognize the black people in the neighborhoods that I grew up in, guys. You understand what I'm telling you? I am a black man that was raised in Chicago, on the west side of Chicago. I do not recognize these people that I see in these neighborhoods. They do not look like me. They don't act like me. They look at me like I'm alien. I don't know them. They don't know me. I know they're some clones, though. I know they're not the original black people. And they have to put those people out for a reason. But I'm going to say my opinions about that for later. And it's just important that you guys know that they started this in 1975, after The Messenger. Star Wars, most of the movies that they was coming out, guys, I told y'all, you don't know how many movies out there are talking about Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad. But if you don't have the knowledge of that's what the movie's talking about, you wouldn't know. We already seen clips of The Day the Earth Stood Still, which I'm going to narrate that again soon. Told y'all Keanu Reeves is playing Master Farad Muhammad in the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. Go look at Master Farad Muhammad. He's wearing a blue suit. So is Keanu Reeves in the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. But they're not going to come out and tell you, hey, we're making this movie about Nation of Islam. They're not going to tell you that. You have to have the knowledge to know. Well, y'all think, most of the time, they never really even tell y'all where they get these movies from. You know, this is not people just script writing and coming up with this stuff out of their imagination. They usually use historical events and kind of, how do you say, make a parody out of it. Some of it can be half truth, the other can be falsehood. Nevertheless, they throw a few truths in there, throw a few lies in there, make it a great movie, blow up some stuff, and everybody pays the money, eat the popcorn, and go see the movie. That's usually how they do it. But anyway, guys, let's get to this, guys, because this is, y'all gonna hear some good stuff from Bobby. I think this is gonna be about, let me see, how long do I got? Yeah, it's gonna be about a half hour, guys. Let's break this down. Let's listen to this.
That the actual country don't even know. We talking about something behind what appears to be. You understand where I'm coming from? So now, dealing with this particular science, let's say this. Imagine this. I introduced the movie, The Dark Crystal. Now on that movie, two things happened. Well, one thing happened that was very key. A lot of things happened, and one thing happened that was very key. The same thing happened there, happened on Star Wars. Now both movies, Star Wars produced by George Lucas. George Lucas was a confidant of Jim Henson, who did Dark Crystal. Jim Henson and Frank Oz did Dark Crystal. Frank Oz was the person that put Yoda together. And the voice behind Yoda and the one that created the puppet and all of that. Because Jim Henson couldn't do it because he was working on the Muppet Caper and the Dark Crystal at the time, two movies, so he couldn't come over and help George Lucas out. So Jim Henson sent Frank Oz to go over and help out with the Yoda thing. Anyway, between that and Steven Spielberg, which is all a part of this shit, and the movie industry is nothing but the advanced mythological arm of the Illuminati. That's right. Went over and helped out in both of these movies, Star Wars, which started in 77. Yeah, 77. And Dark Crystal came out. Two things that happened in this particular movie that was very key. Now, let me explain this. Let me go into the history before I jump ahead of myself. There was a certain energy that when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was on the planet, carried, did the government say, look, they tried to kill him with the congressional. They had a party, and there was a maid at the party, They said, what y'all partying about? They said, we killed the messenger. They tried to poison him in the hospital in somewhere in the late 60s, and it didn't work. So basically, they just fucked the organization up from around it. They said, we're waiting on him to die, and once he died, this shit is over, because we can't have this to happen again. We got Nova Two Diaz. We got Marcus Garvey. Both of them was in and out so quick. So the one that got through and built the real empire was Elijah Muhammad, despite what people want to think. So they said after him, they said we got to move on black people totally. So in 1975, George Lucas, which was a part of the Illuminati. Now the reason why I'm just saying no bullshit I'm talking about here, this is the real deal shit. I already got it on the damn tapes, documented. I documented it on the tapes in 2 lectures the last 2 months, and then I got a goddamn book. Third, to verify the same damn shit I documented. I said, there you go, that's the spirit working. When you can document stuff on the book. I said that George Lucas and these boys is all a part of America, it's part of the Illuminati. And I documented it. Let me give you the documentation. George Lucas approached Steven Spielberg and said, well look, I'm getting ready to put this shit together, Star Wars, in 1975. He had already written the screenplay in 1975. He had been working on the screenplay all over through the early 70s, getting it right, because he was collaborating with the doggone Illuminati. And so 75, he got it all together. He went and got this guy John Williams for the movie score, because Steven Spielberg hooked him up with this. 76 he went into filming. The movie came out in the spring of 77, around April or May, which is very key. You know, that's that vernal equinox thing. All kind of cycles come down at that particular time. Now, what I'm getting at is this. The government, at this particular time, said we are getting ready to start a war.
Interesting. You know, guys, I found out Elijah Muhammad was Master Fraud Muhammad on April 8th, 2023, which is 1 year before the great eclipse of 2024, which occurs on April 8th, 2024. We know the first eclipse. Some of us, y'all know X marks the spot down there in Cairo, Illinois, Little Egypt. When the second eclipse comes across, it forms an X, and X marks the spot in Little Egypt. The first eclipse came in 2017, the second one 2024. If you multiply 2017 times 2024, it equals the date of the second eclipse. I can't think right now what the number is, but it's 408 something something something. Just do the mathematics. Got the first, second eclipse forms the X, and I'm gonna narrate this too later, guys. I just want y'all to know, you add 2017, the first eclipse, times 2024, the second eclipse, it equals the date, the exact date of the second eclipse, which X marks the spot down there in Cairo, Illinois, also known as Little Egypt. If that's not the hand of God, I don't know what is. Very special eclipse coming up, guys. A lot of anticipation. Did anything happen in 2017? I think it did, man. I think it did. A lot of things started spiraling down when Grump got in office. Some people think that we were doing better under Grump, but not really. And remember, Grump played as Biff in Back to the Future. The director producer already said that the character of Biff in Back to the Future was Grump, was Ronald Grump. And you remember in Back to the Future Part 2, you remember when Ronald Grump was standing in that casino downtown, that hotel downtown, which actually that was a casino. That was a building that's in downtown Las Vegas. That building, it was in Back to the Future Part 2, because he had used the almanac and he got rich because he knew the future. And Grump is associated with a lot of time travel. Once again, I'm not an expert on that. You have to listen to Into the Stars channel to learn all about that. You know, all I can tell y'all, you know, is what I know about that. When you add those two dates, 2017 first clips, 2024 second clips, you add 2017 times 2024, it equals the exact date of the second eclipse. So I just want to reiterate that, but I'm gonna narrate that soon, guys, and we could talk more about that. All right, so let's keep on, because he was talking about the vernal equinox and how I just had to add that in there.
To kill the black man and the black woman off for good. And what we're doing now in 1997 is we are looking back and recapping, because I'm trying to tell you this, that between 1975, believe it, to 1997, imagine them replacing a whole nother goddamn race, and the only motherfuckers left is a few damn people that's a remnant, and that's why you can get it and other people around you can't get the shit.
Yep.
Now wait a minute, now this is some scary shit. Imagine 98%. I used to say that 98% of the people is dead. Well, actually, imagine dead mentally. Imagine 98% of black people dead physically in the United States. But they can replace their losses, so therefore by them dealing with cloning, they can replace the damn losses and they can only have a remnant. That was 144,000. We couldn't figure this damn shit out.
Yep.
Which is just a remnant.
You heard it, 144. So why y'all think well, he just let me know, and he just let y'all know I'm a real black person. 144 all day, every day.
So look at the number. We talk about a remnant. Y'all getting this? Yeah. Look, listen. First of all, you got a brain scan here, because the only motherfuckers we can talk to at this time is a little bit of conscious people in the United States, mostly on the East Coast. You people scattered in the West. This is some serious shit I'm talking about here. Because I went into a whole damn nexus from the time I left this mother back in, when was I here? In June? No, when was the last time I was here? In July or something. From the time I left here in July up until now, I done went into a whole nother damn shit in realization. Self-realization on what's happening. I'm talking about a damn horror. When I every day, okay, I'm at ease around you now because I'm into a little bit of conscious people. But on the other hand, on every day, it's like being lonely out here with nobody to talk to. Out here in the world. Now, let's get into this, because we gotta document this shit on film. And since we got this for tomorrow night too.
Bro, man, we got it for tomorrow night?
Yeah. Okay, so we gotta document this on film. You know, to understand this. So this is it don't matter about how the crowd up in here. It's a matter of the only people we can talk about doing this type of thing at this particular time is the people that's here, and a little bit of other types of people in the country that can even perceive what I'm talking about. But this is the first time that this thing is being said, because I was not able to say it as good in Atlanta because the energy was a certain way. But I can say it now because I got time. You see what I'm saying? I got time, because in Atlanta now there ain't no conscience now. So when I speak, man, they got mugs out the damn door, down the damn street. That's how packed the shit be. So I need to get the realization going on now. Imagine, now you can say, well, how can that be true? Well now, let's go back to religion. If we understand the horrors of Revelation, we're just talking about plain old Christianity. We're not gonna get elaborate in no Egyptian shit and all that, which is the advanced stuff, which I teach on. We're just talking about this plain old Christianity. Even if you go by what the Bible says of Revelation, that the last days is supposed to be something so damn horrible, till it can't just be a revelation come down when you at the goddamn mall. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something so hideous, but what's the most hideous part about it? Is the most hideous part about it that the whole mass of the people be aware of it? That wouldn't be hideous at all. The most hideous part would be when the masses of people don't know what's going on with something so horrifying.
Yep.
You understand where I'm coming from here? Now let's get back to this particular science on what we're dealing with here. In 1975, because I often said this shit, I kept saying, I've been saying it since I've been teaching. And I didn't know it was a spiritual channel. My higher spirit was telling me, I said, wait a minute now, I'm looking at all these books. And some of these books with Crowley and all this type of stuff was 1919. All this particular information, some of these books is very old. I'm saying that the cracker knew this was coming, seemed to me, and you might have heard me say this on some of my videos. I said if he knew this shit was coming, seemed to me, he wouldn't have started to try to kill black people now. He would have started in the 70s or the 60s or whatever. And I kept saying, I've been saying that for the last 5 years until I finally figured this damn shit out. He did. He did. But the most profound thing that ever happened to me was the brother Juju. Which when we went on the mounds, the brother on the mounds, the Indian people told me, he said, gonna be an older guy that's in Atlanta. He ain't been able to tell this shit to nobody, but he want to tell it to you. And I couldn't put it in my mind. It was a year later that I realized it was talking about him because I had already met him and I thought it was the person that I was supposed to meet. But I remembered but he gave me this ring. He's the one that made this ring for me. Now the key was, he said the main key is about this cloning shit.
That's right.
Now, going back to this, because I don't want to get too far into the semantics and change that over because this is now this is what the deal is. After the messenger died in 1975, ascended, or however you want to have it, they went to George Lucas, and those particular ones were only documenting what the government was going to deal with. Now, in 1977, the movie Star Wars came out. Now, what the fuck is a star? Metaphysically, I told you the last time I came that the word Kim in the serious mystery, remember I said that? Means a group of stars or a group of star people or stardust, which is melody. So Star Wars was talking about melanin wars. Okay? Okay. Because what is melanin? Melanin is carbon. Carbon is the basis of what's between all stars. A star is nothing but illuminated carbon. So therefore, if the melanin is in us, is in our brain, then we are the star people.
That's right.
Right? So Star Wars. Okay, let's go into this.
Yep.
He was documenting the Star Wars thing on what was going to happen to a people. Because he had gotten it firsthand and went out and did a goddamn movie on the shit.
Y'all notice I'm not really saying too much. That's because we listening to the master. Bobby Hemmit was instrumental in bringing me to Elijah Muhammad and understanding that mystery system. I first started studying mystery systems and pretty much got initiated by Bobby Hemmit. A lot of us think that we're not initiated. A lot of us think that, we don't go through the same, transitions that the priests had to go through in ancient Egypt. No, we do. We do go through those same initiations. It's just not it's not how it used to be. Now, you go on YouTube, you might start studying some philosopher or some master, ascended master out there that can help bring you up a notch in consciousness. For me, it was Bobby Hemmit, so that's why I'm being mostly quiet. But let's move on. It's the master teacher. He's the master teacher.
And they said up until Star Wars, science fiction movies never did as well at the box office. But this movie seemed to just go all crazy. And change movie making forever. That's because the government made the shit go crazy. They said that they made people, they put extra, they can take a movie and say, this movie is the shit, and everybody go see it. That's right.
Yep.
Right? Okay, I'm telling you all this shit here, and I'm documenting it all on the tapes in Atlanta, and goddamn it, Thursday, I got a book that talks about the whole damn shit. Bear witness to what I was talking about. Now, let's go into this thing. The verbatim what I was talking about and what the Spirit had already told me, and that's how much I'm on this shit.
What's the name of it?
The movie The Black Sun. The book The Black Sun, I'll get into that in 1 minute. This is what the deal is. I've been dealing with this thing since this summer. Anyway, what happened is this. In Star Wars, they had the Jedi warriors.
Jedi Knights.
The Jedi Knights. All the Jedi Knights were killed except one. Well, they didn't know it because Darth Vader thought that Obi-Wan Kenobi was dead. He hid out on the island on Tatooine, waiting because he was waiting for Luke Skywalker to grow up. To grow up. He was waiting. They separated the sister and the brother, put them in different families because they didn't want Darth Vader to know. When Luke Skywalker grew up, when he grew up, that's when the second part came down and he went to try to fight the evil empire. This is what the deal is. But they killed them all but one. In the movie Dark Crystal, how many people saw the movie Dark Crystal? The Nephilim, which is the Nephilim in the Dark Crystal, which is the Nephilim, which you in the Bible, which is not the black people, the giants, those who came down. They killed them all, and they thought they had killed them all, but Jinn, and then Jinn found another woman, was a little girl. There was two Nephilim left. And the prophecy said one will come that will overtopple a dollar brought to the evil empire. Same shit went down because the prophecy was in Star Wars because they say the emperor is there for dollar brought. He said there's a disturbance in the force. The emperor knew that the only person that could able to defeat him was Luke Skywalker. And this is the point I'm trying to say. How is it that both George Lucas was banking on only one or two people left, which is the remnants, and Jim Henson banking on only one or two people left. Now, listen, that's all that's left. Now I'm going to show you something here. Look at this. Now you got to understand sociology. You got to deal with everything on an advanced level. You got to go and study the black exploitation period, which I didn't think was exploitation. It was shit. It was the best movies we ever had.
This is what makes Bobby Hemmit a master teacher. He looks at all the intricacies and intangibles of the subject matter that he's talking about. This man is a genius. But the genius is always looked at like the court jester. It kind of reminds me of myself. People see me, they see my face. You know, I act kind to people and they just think I'm a joke for some reason. You know, people used to people being all macho and aggressive. Masters, we don't work that way. We usually are the court jesters. We're the person that everybody thinks is a fool until they find out the hard way. You see, Bobby, you know, fat guy, you see he has a southern accent, always telling jokes, but he is the master teacher. And the more you study Bobby Hemmit, the more you can realize that he is a master teacher. But you have to get over the fact of how he looks and how he talks. See, it's always said, even Elijah Muhammad used to say this, don't listen to how I said it or listen to what I'm saying. See, but like we always say, people, just because somebody's looking don't mean they see, and just because somebody is hearing don't mean they listening. We might have to do a part 2 to this, guys. I got 10 minutes left, but we're gonna end up doing a part 2 to this anyway. I just want to tell you, Bobby Hemmit, master teacher. Because watch how he finna break this down about how he know that they were anticipating most of the black people been long gone.
It started from 1971 with Shaft. That was the first one. They had black movies before Shaft, but we talking about Shaft represented the first movie with a black person represented as a masculine figure, equal to white man. Actually, it was 2 movies in 1971. Brother John, that we just realized. No, most people don't even know what's out. We're ready to get into that. And Shaft. And from that to that, Superfly and the rest of the shit. Slaughter, Superfly TNT, Tangerine Man, a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. Black Shampoo, all this shit. The black exploitation films lasted from 1971 to 1977 when they started dying down. By 79, they had already closed them out almost, and 78 was real weak. So we're talking about 6 good years, 7 maximum. The movie Star Wars came out in the height of black exploitation, yet the first movie didn't have a black person in the cast.
That's right.
The second movie, they had Billy D. Williams. The third movie, they had a one little black girl dancing with, she danced for Jabba the Hutt. And the third movie, they got one black star fighter that got blew up. If you look real close, there's one of the guys in the X-Wing fighters, he got blew up too. But my point is this. How is it in the height of the black era where everything was black on TV and more black movies than we have now, they didn't put a black person up in the movie? It's not because of racism, because they were showing a message. The original black person was the Jedi warrior. Because remember he says, I don't want to hear nothing about your ancient race and an ancient religion, some old Jedi shit. And what's the next? Never underestimate the power of the Force. Right? Now, let's get into this type shit. What's going down? Let me explain something to you. What was the name of the wars? Because there was a war that was fought that killed off the Jedi Knights. No. What was the name of the war? This war started from 1975. That's when he wrote the screenplay. Up until now. The name of the war was the Clone Wars.
Yep. Bingo. Bingo.
1998, it's going to come out 1998 or 99.
So all these killings in Chicago and all around the country, and people naming their daughters Tequila and Bonquisha, you know, that's all clone shit. I told y'all how, you know, Walmart can put their stamp on them. They can pre-program them that they're gonna work at Walmart when they get older, or McDonald's. You already programmed where these people are gonna work. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Clones. All the killing is clones. Clones killing other clones. People from other countries come over here. They think they know what black people, they don't. A lot of people who met me, I'm the first black person, I'm the only black person they even know and probably might ever speak to. Because like Bobby Hemmit about to say, how can black people be this stupid? Because they're not black people, they clones.
Which is the Clone Wars, what actually happened.
Yeah, that's supposed to be explained.
The name of the war was the Clone Wars. This is some amazing shit now, I'm telling you. I wish you could feel the way I feel about this shit, because I'm telling you. Now I'm sitting here watching this thing. Why would the wars be named the Clone Wars? Luke Skywalker tells Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is the guy that fought with his father. He said, you fought in the Clone Wars with my father? Or you fought in the Clone Wars? He said, yes. With my father, yeah, because he knew his father was one. He didn't know what his father was. The Clone Wars...
Let me tell y'all real quick. This is how it goes. If you're a real black person in this country and you just by some chance or luck make it to the age of 40, you know, 30 is when you actually become an adult. It's not 21. You become an adult when you're 30 years old. That's in the books. Then when you turn 40, you become a priest. Okay, and as time goes on, you keep working on your craft, then you're a high priest. I'm in my priesthood days. So when you look at all the blind, deaf, and dumb Negroes walking around, those are clones. Black people are not that stupid. If we've reached the age of 40 and gone into our priesthood, like the person that y'all looking at right now, I am a priest. But somebody out there thinks they think I'm just thinking about rapping and playing basketball all day or something like that. No, if you're a real black person and you make it to your priesthood as a man, we are very serious and very intellectual people. We don't play around. We don't do none of that buffoonery with nobody. What you see is what you get. And I don't think I look like a clown when y'all look at my eyes by any means. And I damn sure don't look like these Negroes over here in the west and south side of Chicago. We're not the same. But they had to put all the clones out to cause all the confusion. We're gonna definitely have to make a part 2 to this, guys. Let me see if we can get sneak 2 more minutes in.
The terrible conflict that erupted during the old republic, 55 years or 35 years prior to Star Wars, The New Hope. Let me explain what that is. Star Wars, The New Hope. Now, let me explain this. The New Hope began because the Emperor represented the evil empire that took over the world. Black man.
Yeah.
I mean the white man, excuse the expression.
Over the universe.
Which is a dollar bro. And if y'all get me on this, y'all heard me talk about this before. That's the Emperor. The New Hope began when Luke Skywalker grew up. So we gotta understand how the government is doing this. Now, on the real Earth, the Clone War started in 1975 after the Messenger left. The New
So you wonder how somebody like Elijah Muhammad could gather all those people together under and build a nation like that. You can't even get a nigga to open a candy store these days because you're dealing with clones. You're not dealing with real black people. Guys, we're going to have to end this now. I had a feeling this was going to happen. We're going to do a part 2 to this tomorrow. All right. 30 minutes has just went by. Man, does 30 minutes go by so fast when you talking about some real profound things. But yeah, and some of the people in y'all family are cloned out. That's why your ass, you don't hop your happy ass in no hospital every time you get a little sniffle. You don't do that shit. The doctor is wearing a butcher coat. You call him a doctor. That white coat is a butcher's coat. Something they slaughter you with. Hospital is a bad word. It means a place you go to die, not live. And now you got China in the mix, and they big on I can't say it, harvesting. You know what? That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that's why a lot of Chinese buying homes in Vegas, Airbnbs. You gotta be careful if you black for the setup, because an ounce of melanin is worth, I think, $400 or something. Don't quote me. Anyway, guys, we gotta stop it here. It's a lot I got to say. And we're gonna continue with this tomorrow. All right, peace.